Hello guys, good morning. Welcome to our daily stock market insights, and this is our Sunday episode with Miss JD over here. So it's been a roller coaster ride for our Philippine market last week, but then again we have to prepare for the action starting tomorrow. So we are going to review the top trending stocks, and we'll also check out your request. Okay, so I know you guys have dropped a comment. Alan mentioned DELM. Okay, I'll review that for you, Alan. And thank you to those who dropped a comment, guys. I really appreciate it. If you'd let me know your thoughts, your feedback, and I just want to know if my insights are also helping you somehow. So feel free to drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. And if this is the first time you're watching my video, you're invited. You can hit the subscribe button so you can be updated whenever I have new videos. Alright, so these are the people who dropped a comment. Thank you guys. Let's talk about the index first. Okay, as you can see, our index did not really have a good Friday. We just went back to the previous support. It was a 1.8% drop. So looks like this MA20 line is a solid line. We've been rejecting this for several months now. As you can see, each time we hit that level, we got rejection happening. Okay, and then at the moment, while it's true that we could be sitting at a possible support right over here, it's just alarming that the volume of the selling has really increased significantly, right? For the past how many weeks, we've been flatlining in the volume right here, but the drop that happened last Friday is a bit higher than the previous days. So if this line over here, 6,355, will not hold, chances are we could be creating lower lows again and lower highs, which means that this downtrend is still going to continue. Okay, so we are still going to check the 6,355 level because uh, we cannot also negate that it has been respecting that three times already. This is a triple bottom right here. Then your RSI is also starting to show an uptick, meaning an upward direction. So that is our outlook. It's either it could bounce at the 6355, or if most of the action will happen below that, then there will be a continuation of the downtrend, meaning downtrend is not over yet for the index. Okay, let's see how it pans out in our individual stocks. But I am going to strategize and discuss the most trending for now. So some of these stocks could not be part of the index, but you know, um, normally uh, almost all the stocks get affected by the sentiment of the index. So let's try to check out BHI. So the other day I was talking about this and I said I don't really know the backstory or the catalyst of BHI. And as you can see right here, uh, second day of solid red, and we started to trigger this MA20 line. We broke the MA20 level, so chances are there could even be a continuation. Look at the volume. While we were dropping, the volume is still increasing. So let's check this level because chances are we could still be the selling pressure is still very high, and the probability of it dropping to the 0.0799 is still very high. Why am I plotting it there? It's because I see consolidation happening right here. Each time that level gets hit, there was a bounce that's happening. So we could be revisiting that. And once we touch that level, we have to observe first whether you will have a stabilization. Normally, we want to see a green engulfing candlestick right at that area. So let's say it goes all the way red, then try to uh, move sideways first, and then it will go up. Okay, no, something like this, right? When it goes down, it tries to stabilize first before it goes up again. So that's what I am anticipating for BHI. ACEN dropped at 680. Uh, this could be a good level to already doing good level to do a test buy. Okay, number one, because well, it's not 100% yet, but 2 days in a row we've been stopping at that level. And then if you look to the left, there were days when this price area is respected. That each time it goes to that level, the bounce is happening. Okay, let's try to look further to the left. Okay, all right. So that is our support, but mind you guys, we could be breaking a support as well if the volume is not really good while we increase, for instance, right? But this time I see that the volume is starting to pick up. You see, it's starting to pick up. So let's try to peg that first. But again, every day, we're reviewing stocks that's continuously monitor ACEN, because personally I find this stock is one of the more promising ones, a growth stock that could later on pay off really well. It's just that the overall sentiment of the world is really on the defensive side at the moment. So for long-term holders, I'd say this is the most attractive levels in almost all the stocks right now. So um, start accumulating. Don't buy at just one point, one area. Don't put everything in there. Just slowly build it. Okay, and I'm addressing the mid to long term holders here. Here for short term traders, you can as well. Like you enter at 670 and then you exit at 726. Then that would give you a an 8% increase, right? If for instance, it gets resisted at the MA20 line. But once it continues to move higher, your next possible profit taking level would be around 772, which is a 15% gain. Okay, so those are different ways of looking at it. Okay, but 670 is our possible support. Let's take a look at Ali. Ali, wow, the chart looks like the index. So same outlook right here. We could potentially be sitting at a support, but if the overall sentiment happens below the 32 area, then we have to be extra careful because chances are there could be some more. There could be a continuation again of the downfall here. And I'm looking at 30.80. 30.80 is a possible, or 30.75 is the next possible support. It's an area, guys, so it could be slightly higher or lower. Look at this level. This is where I'm basing it. Okay, look at this. And if you look further to the left, there is a stabilization right at that area. Now, if you want to really have a cleaner view of your chart, you can use a longer time frame because it gives you an overall picture, a clearer picture. Let us say this one, okay? This is the area I was pointing out, right? Then there is that support happening right there. And the next possible area is this one. Okay, so now if I go back to my daily chart, at least I could already have those views in case the drop continues. I know where I could potentially be extra mindful because those levels could be an area of bounce and I could see stabilization right at that level before it could bounce. Okay, so I could be wrong, but at least I have shown you possible areas where it could drop. Between this recovering anytime soon, well, again, it's really dependent on where the market will go by Monday. If it Because this is already a possible support, right? If it bounces right at the area, then okay, that's a bounce. But if it breaks that, then next drop is 30. If it breaks the 30, it goes back to 28. Let's take a look at SMPH. Almost same pattern. We could be revisiting a support right here, and it could be slightly higher or lower. That's why I'm pegging at 34.22 or 34. It has a dividend April 30th. Oh, that's done. So still, I don't no, don't take any action yet. Maybe I wait for the green candlestick to come out at the area because there is a resistance right here. So I could be right. We could be creating a support right at this level. PX. Wow, this is already very high. But the volume is still very interesting. Okay, there's still that volume. However, I suggest if you want to engage in this stock, just be, you know, monitor it. Okay, if you can monitor it the entire day, please do so because what I see here is that because we're already at the overbought level, guys. While the volume is still there, it's just already a very scary level. So we could even have a gap up because it will entice, a lot of people be FOMO, right? They'll see this as a very attractive area only to discover that um, there could be a gap up and then the overall sentiment is already a decline the entire day. The bullish sign could just be worth 30 minutes and then the rest of the day it's gonna be drop. Okay, just be careful though. um, I'm not saying you cannot trade this, but this is already for me an expensive area. Where could we possibly see that? There is a resistance at the 720 level. That's right over here and over here. Okay, so those are the levels where, let me just zoom into that area because there's a support resistance right at that area. That's why we're looking at that level as a possible resistance. So just be extra careful. I suggest find another stock, or you can even, if you don't see any attractive formation or chart in the Philippine market, I highly recommend you check out the US market, guys. If you're able to survive the Philippine market, I'm telling you, you can survive in the US market. And there are so many stable stocks that you can enter, right? And movements can be very significant. Okay, so it's a double-edged sword though. But try to start with the more stable ones, the the stocks that you know, the companies that you know. Okay, so you have there Tesla, Apple, Amazon. You can already trade these or invest in these companies in the US market. Okay. If you feel that the Philippine market is really, really slow. Okay. By the way, I use eToro when I trade the US market. I have a link down below. You can check that out and probably use that link to register. Let's talk about CNPF. Okay, it's trying to revisit your MA20 line. I'm putting 1949 as our support area right now because that's our MA20. So let us see if it will respect that. So 1949 still on the bearish side. This is the resistance it is creating, guys. So each time that level gets hit, there's a rejection. So it might go back here. And if you want, you can enter right here. LC. LC is wow. You know, normally the stock doesn't really have a lot of trades. So I don't know if this is an example of this again, pump and dump thing. So just be careful because I already find this area as a possible resistance right now. Okay, that is already a possible resistance. So I suggest if you really are interested in LC, wait for it to pull back and probably test it out at around the 0.16 level. Let's take a look at ICT. ICT, you got a red. That's a red. Then you're also sitting at a resistance. So I suggest maybe, well, if you're a long-term investor, you can consider this. But personally, I already find this very expensive. It has been climbing up since the start of the pandemic last year and it did not really stop. Okay, so I don't know when it is going to pull back. Like this one, pure gold. Previously, when the pandemic started, it was just climbing so high, and then September happened, and then to this day, it's still dropping. So I'm afraid we might see that happen for ICT. That it's been on a bullish movement for the longest time, and it's not every day like this, guys. There will come a time that it will pull back, and because it's so high, there's a big chance that the pullback could be also significant. So just be extra careful. Unless you're a long-term holder here, you know the full story, you know the bigger picture of ICT, then go ahead. Okay, Dito. Dito for me is a big opportunity right now. It's just moving sideways. We know that the expansion is happening. It's entering the Luzon area. They're going to have their operation, or yeah, they started in Visayas, and it's already ongoing, fully operational. And I've seen a lot of videos about the speed so far. Uh, their their speed is impressive, and that's their product positioning. They want to beat the major players in terms of performance, and a lot of people are looking forward to competition in this space because I've read a lot of dissatisfied consumers because of the poor performance from the leading companies. Okay, so competition is good. They cannot take the number one spot, I'm sure of that, but at least they could get some share. So if the number one, the first two companies are sitting around the more than 1,000 level, I'm projecting if this reaches 50, we are all going to be very happy if we started investing today, right? 10 peso level is already very cheap. I'm not hyping it. I'm just laying all the facts that in the future, if they will not be very profitable in the first 5 years. That's a reality because they've invested so much in the preparation for this launch, and maybe in the next 5 years they could just be on a break even, and then after that, so it's really for the long haul, guys. For those people investing in Dito, look at it as a retirement stock. Okay, so we're still sitting at a possible support right here, right over here. Okay, 983, around that area. Let's talk about PNB. PNB, wow, volume is there, but there's a resistance. Okay, so just be extra careful, guys. We're very near a resistance, and your index is still um, bearish. But look at the bigger picture here as well. Look at that. Massive, massive drop, and we're now recovering. So I'm just thinking that if it reaches this area, two things can happen. If it breaks that, then you can enter. Okay, you have a confirmed breakout. Otherwise, you just wait for a retracement. And any point where you can haggle for a few cents or pesos is already a good entry. So let's say if it drops around this area, I'm okay. I'm okay with that because look at the bigger picture, and then just be prepared, guys. If you want to engage in this stock, It will take some time, but look at this. Okay, look at that. Where could it possibly end soon? You're just starting. Okay, SM. SM is still on a decline. Lower highs, lower lows. This is your lower high. Oops. Okay. And let's just try to put the support right at this level, because each time this area gets hit, there's a bounce that's happening. So we could be going back to this level, and pretty much similar to PNB. SM is one of the more stable stocks in the Philippine market, even on a downtrend or a bearish market. Um, these companies are very resilient. Okay, so 949. It is going to drop, yes, but I see a possible bounce at the 949 level. Let us see. May 10. That's the X date. 4 pesos. When was the last time? July of 2020. Wow, once a year. Very small. So, yep. That's all I can say right now. It's the 949 for our support. APL. APL, we broke the MA20 line, guys. But let's try to check this one as well. We could be yeah, that is our possible support level. And who knows, we could be respecting this area. So yes, right now we could be sitting at a possible support. And just be mindful, you can draw this line. It's creating a higher low and then higher high right there. So 0.2030 is for me a support level. Try to see if this turns green by tomorrow, then that's a good one. Okay, just observe. Maybe you can do end of day trading so that you have already 90% of the picture, and that you can say, okay, it is now making a bounce. Otherwise, if it breaks that, then no, that's not a good one. You're breaking the trend, and it might drop up to this level and go back to the 0.18. Okay, so I think that's our outlook for this morning, Sunday morning. Yesterday was a holiday and a Saturday, so I hope you guys are having a good, relaxing Sunday, and good luck to all of us in our trades tomorrow. Our crypto is just very quickly. Check this out. I had the doji up here because I just took profit last night. I entered at the 0.28 level, right over here, right over here. It was this area. So this is where I entered, and then exited at 0.36 last night. I forgot which area exactly. So, but it's going to be 0.36 area. So I got the 32% gain, and I'm happy about that. And crypto is very volatile, but wow, the potential is really so high. It could give you extremes like this one. In a day, it could give you 100% gain, and it's really good to diversify. Because this is very volatile. Maybe you can manage the sizing. I engage in crypto as well, but really my size there, my each time I make trades, it's just manageable amount, so that if it fluctuates massively down, you're not going to be heavily affected. But of course, if it gains, your 100% is just that amount. Okay, so your call. But what I'm trying to say is that once you know how to trade, stocks. The indicators that you use there can be applied in cryptocurrency, in the forex, right? It's just that there are behaviors in forex and in crypto that are not found here. This one is, very chill, relaxed mode. Imagine 1 to 2% movement per day. Very slow moving. This one very fast. And same with the forex. But between crypto and forex, I'm more comfortable with the crypto. Forex, I I don't like you. I don't like in all of my trades. I don't like using leverage, and in forex, I think in most of the no, you can trade small amounts, but it will require you to use leverage, and that's the one I don't like, and I have been very unsuccessful with that. That's why even in small amounts, once I use leverage, it doesn't apply to my trading style. So here I don't use leverage. I use Binance, by the way, here, and yeah, crypto and stock market are my best bet. So there you have it, guys. Maybe I could also create another video just to focus on some of the altcoins and cryptocurrencies that I can be reviewing as well. So let me know your thoughts. If you have requests for any coin or any crypto that you are currently holding, I can look at those as well. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like. Bye bye for now.